There is some work that you have been feeling called to do that Spirit is kind of urging you to kind of get started with. It looks like this is something that you're kind of not feeling the most confident about. Maybe maybe it's something that you've never done before. Maybe it's something that you don't consider yourself talented enough to do. But there's a really big message here that that's just you protecting yourself. It is not the case that you are not worthy of whatever this goal is or whatever this ambition is. Whatever this work is that you're being called to do, you'll know that you'll know what I'm talking about because it's work that specifically would make you feel really whole on the inside to do. So, um, and usually it's stuff like art or connecting spiritually or maybe starting like a meditation practice, a yoga practice. Um, Maybe it's a sport or maybe it's something that you would be doing specifically for the pursuit of happiness. It would be something that would make you feel creatively in touch, something that would make you feel connected to yourself. And it looks like in your case specifically, this whatever this is would be something that would be kind of new to you, or maybe the act of being able to do it freely would be new to you. I'm hearing that if you're wondering what kind of work it is that Spirit wants you to do, or what kind of um, pathway would lead, like what is your purpose, like what is your pathway in life, what it is that would make you feel connected to Spirit, whenever it is that you're being the most yourself, the most authentically you, that's what Spirit wants you to do. That is what you are meant to do, and that is who you are meant to be, is just the most authentic and truest version of yourself. And I read a book one time. It was called Kabuki the Alchemy. It was part of like a series, but basically it was about it was part of a series. Like the first 6 novels are kind of about her avenging her mother, and the 7th novel is her resolving all of that and abandoning herself to become a completely new person and become an artist. And when she was trying to connect with her most authentic self in that book, she kind of connected the most with who she was between the ages of like 9 and 13. And there's just kind of a part of that book that talks about how that's like who you are during that period of your life is the truest version of you, because you're young enough to be able to connect with yourself and be able to like authentically feel that joy, but you're not so old that society has kind of tried to make you an adult, kind of taken that joy from you, and kind of tried to make you a successful person. So, and that's kind of the energy that I'm getting here in your reading, is that maybe you might need to connect with who you were between those ages and kind of remember what made you happy before somebody told you you had to be a certain way, and remember who you were before you kind of started to change yourself to be more palatable to other people or make friends or whatever it is that happened, that between the point of you being the version of yourself that exists in your inner child to who you are now. And there's a message here that when you go to find that version of yourself, and when you go to explore who that is and try to bring that authenticity back to who you are now, don't be afraid to kind of let that tower fall. As to who you are right now, it can be really easy to kind of try and hold on to things that seem familiar, or kind of not like there's kind of, especially if you're an adult or an older adult, there's this like there are very strict ideas of who we should be past a certain age, or who we should be by a certain age, and you don't have to be afraid to let go of those, because those standards are not real. And the people who invented those standards and the people who have lived by those standards the entire time they've existed have not been happy or joyous people. So don't be afraid to break that mold and not live the way the people before you have lived, because there's no one right way to do things, and there's no certain way that you should be by any certain age. You can always be yourself. You can always connect to who you are on a spiritual level and be that person, because that's who the world needs you to be. That's who that's who the universe sent you here to be. And it's so important that you come here and you do that work. And that's an amazing journey to be on. I'm very happy that that you're coming into that authentic version of yourself, because you deserve that. And thank you for letting me read your cards today.